Hello Reformers, and welcome back to Perisno. Now when we left off, we had just completed the siege of Rinjar Castle and indeed captured it. Now it has been awarded to one of our vassals in the Valahir clan, and I must just mention that it appears that the Zann dynasty has made peace with the Kingdom of Taurania, which is a very curious situation indeed. We will soon see what kind of fiefs they have captured, because one of you told me how to find out about that. But before we do, I have started to lay siege to Cesk Castle, because that is the closest Reich faction fief right next to Freising, and I would like to hopefully reduce the, I suppose, influence of Cesk Castle in this area. So let us lead our soldiers in an assault, and I believe they have around 250 maybe 260 units stationed here. So let us do our very best to make sure that we survive, or at least take out quite a few before we die. That is probably going to be the best idea. So let us get our archers in a good position, hopefully, and then we'll get our infantry at the front here, ready to charge in at a moment's notice. Now I must mention they do have a couple of Dragonaires here, so I am a little bit dubious about charging in prematurely, so let us attempt to weaken them up with our archers sufficiently before we do, and I will attempt to use our crossbow to good effect. 50 damage. Wow, that's actually not too bad. I was not expecting any damage so far, and I just took 6. How dare you? Who was that shot me? Is that fellow over there? Not entirely sure. Well, let us attempt to take out as many as we can, or at least do some damage to them. Come on. Oh my. My accuracy is awful. Oh my goodness. Okay, maybe we can take out this guy. He does appear to have a rather fancy looking helm, so I can only assume he is a high level unit. So maybe a headshot will be on the cards here. Or maybe not. It appears he was actually just taken out. So we'll try and do some damage to their shields, weaken them up so that our infantry, once they have charged in, will have a very easy time of it indeed. So let us attempt to do just that, and we are rewarded with a headshot. So that is very nice as well. Okay, come on. Come on, striker. You can do this. Get a headshot. Oh my. Oh wow. Okay, maybe if it zooms out a little bit, maybe. Ah, there we are. That's a little bit better. Okay, what about this? Well, how many have we taken out so far? We've taken out 50 and they only have 60 remaining. Okay, let us charge in. This is the best time to charge in my opinion at least, so that we can actually have, I suppose, good timing on our part. Oh, maybe a little bit slow on that. This is going to be painful. Is this going to be painful? Hopefully not. If it is, then they can all blame me, but oh, it appears we have already gained a foothold on the battlements, which is a very good thing indeed. However, we have now begun to take quite a few losses, have we? Yes, I think we may indeed have quite a few losses here. Okay, come on, let's just take out as many of these units as we can, and then we will say that we actually did good damage and so forth. Come on. There we are. Take them out. Oh no, this is not good. Okay, oh actually, maybe it is good. Okay, well, at least we have a Divine Atheling next to us here, fighting alongside us. That is going to be very good indeed. Come on, take out that guy, or he will just go falling down and get taken out. Oh my, that was rather amusing. Okay, take out that Dragonair as well, and then we can help our units at the front line here. Okay, they have a rather large amount of units here, so we do need to be cautious. And, oh my, they actually have just received new reinforcements as well. I was not expecting this many waves. I was thinking maybe 2 waves, but it appears not this time around. I am probably going to get trapped here as well, because all we have down there are archers. So, I'm thinking we are probably going to be retreating here. We do gain 33 morale, which is rather nice, and thankfully enough we are the attackers, so retreating does make sense, and we are going to be waiting until tomorrow a little bit, rejuvenate our units somewhat, and then we will attempt to build our ladders once again and use our archers to great effect. So, let's just make sure that we wait a sufficient amount of time for most of our units to rejuvenate themselves. Now, oh, it appears I actually wasn't waiting at all. Okay, well, my bad. It did say pause at the bottom of the screen there. Ooh, that was terrible of me. And, oh, that's lovely. Okay, so Volderberg has now just become rich once again, so that is wonderful. So this will take 7 hours. Hopefully these fellows will not see fit to interrupt us. No? You going to be pleasant? Yes, you are. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so let us lead our soldiers once again. We have rejuvenated. It is now raining, however, so the morale of our troops is going to be a little lessened due to that. It is no longer a pleasant day, and we will just hope that our archers will be just as accurate, because, of course, this game does have weather effects, and it does affect the, I suppose, speed of units, as well as accuracy, does it? I think it does. I seem to remember seeing something in mod options a while ago about that. Not entirely sure whether this mod incorporates that, but I do know that some have it in, so that is definitely something to worry about. Oh no. Well, come on, let's just try to do as much damage as we can with our feeble crossbow skills. Now, I really would have liked to have known how many we took out in that previous fight. I believe we probably should have looked on the casualty screen, that is definite, but I have a good feeling that we took out at least 100, maybe 150, that would have been very nice. But it appears our units, and indeed our archers, are not doing as good as they did previously, so maybe what's happened is that we have taken out many of their low-tier units, and we are now fighting against the cream of the crop, as it were, and that is definitely not going to bode well for our initial charge. So, let us get our archers into a good position right here. Maybe move our infantry up a little bit as well. Now, I must just mention that I believe I forgot to charge in our cavalry in the previous siege offensive, so this time around it will be a little bit better, so there's no need to comment in the comments, oh, you forgot to charge in your cavalry, and so forth, but yes, I did actually forget to do just that, so, terrible. Oh my goodness. It's just like another series of mine where I actually had a companion a rather long time ago where he was tagged as a cavalry, and I continually sent him in to die because I forgot to command his tag, so that was rather amusing for me. Of course, that was not very amusing for him or for some of you, I suppose. So yes, we do need to make sure that our cavalry is treated fairly in comparison to our infantry. I seem to think of infantry more than cavalry, especially in these siege offensives. I know in field battles I do seem to take note of our cavalry a lot more because they are a more prominent presence on the battlefield. Oh, he got his shield taken out. Yes, we'll do some damage to him. 32 damage. That's not bad. Maybe we can actually take him out now? Nope, it appears not. I'm not lucky enough to do that. And he was taken out by an Elvery archer, so that's fine. Oh my, wow, they're actually pretty reasonable with their headshots. And I'll do some damage to that fellow as well. Okay, so that is a reloaded crossbow. And I think now, how many have we taken out? 42, 58. Okay, so they're going to be receiving reinforcements soon. So I think, charge our infantry. Yes. Hold position, charge infantry, thank you very much. And then we will charge our cavalry behind them. Because I believe most of our infantry are hardened Drengars, and they are not as high tier as many of our cavalry units. So let us hope that our Valahir Hersirs, oh my, okay, so they are rather high tier then. My bad, I was not expecting to see a Valahir Hersir right next to me, but nevertheless, hopefully they will be able to clear the battlements before they receive reinforcements, and I have a bad feeling that I'm going to be falling off this ladder very soon. Maybe. It appears I might. Oh, please don't shoot me. That would be terrible. Is he trying to shoot me? Yes, he is. I believe so. Come on, let's just block this and make sure that we don't fall off. That is all I really want to avoid at the moment. Let's just make sure all of our units can get onto the battlements and hopefully protect them from this archer who is currently shooting at me, which is rather amusing considering this shield is probably never going to break, and he can probably shoot the entirety of his quiver into it and we would still not lose it to damage. So, come on, let's do this. Take out as many as we can. We do have a pretty reasonable mace that can do a rather large amount of damage, so let us hope that we can use it to its fullest effect. Oh my, okay, there we are. Some of these guys do have shields after all, so we do need to watch out for that. Now, I will probably attempt to send in our archers in just a moment. Some of them do not have ammo any further, so that is not too pleasing to say the least. However, let's go in here. Come on, do some damage. Oh my, really? Okay, come on, take out that guy. Ah, I cannot attack beyond our units. No. Okay, there we are. That's much better. Good. Okay, we actually are doing a reasonable job now. It appears that we have taken out many of their high-tier units. notably the Dragonair units, and no! Dehosen was taken out. He is a rather hardy warrior, and I would prefer him to stay alive as much as he potentially can. And we do have our Drahara Elephant Kawakans in here now, or Kawakans. Not entirely sure how to pronounce it, but nevertheless we do have those fellows in here supporting our units. We have some of our archers in here now as well, including Faziel, and I believe this will be victory in terms of claiming this castle for our own faction right here. So, there we are. How many did we take out? Only 153? Wow, I was expecting a lot more than that. It appeared to be a lot more than that. Well, maybe it's just a small castle. Okay, well, there were 2 vassals there, so I suppose that may contribute to the difficulty. And now we are going to take some freelancer knights. Let's make sure that we take these heavy crossbowmen and heavy marksmen, that is for sure. Let's take some swords masters and a halberdier. Let's try and take as many high-level units as we can. And as I say that, I believe we probably want to take these mounted marksmen and crossbowmen. Swordsmen as well, footmen. Why not? We have the space, we may as well do that. Let's take peasant women. I do like to take those whenever possible. And we will now just take some axemen and spearmen. Yes, we have 2 spaces. Should we take the snow crawlers or the Machiavellian freemen? I think we'll probably take the snow crawlers. Do they become something? Yes, they do. Okay, wonderful. That is fine. However, we are going to have a couple of issues with morale once those fellows level up, because they do become Reich units, which is something we really need to make sure that we don't get carried away with, because you never know, you'll start losing units due to morale issues, and we do not want that, that is for sure. So, we do actually have a companion that has leveled up, so let us speak to him in just a moment. I will take as many pieces of loot as I can, and there we are. I have no more space. So, as before, with Rinjar Castle, I will be asking for no rewards, because all I wanted to do was make sure that they had no patrols and no influence in the area to take out any Illican patrols, because I noticed that in the north over here, there were a couple of Illican patrols, and they were fighting with the patrols from various castles, so I really wanted to make sure that that would not happen any further, and we would hopefully be able to have the Illican well, help us by proxy, I suppose you could say. So hopefully that will work out rather nicely, and now we will head on to our Stormcloak friend, and we will level up his strength. Will we level up his strength? I believe that is probably the logical assumption, considering he has 11, and if he gets 12, we'll be able to level up his power strike. So let us do just that, and then level up his one-handed proficiency as well. So anyone else leveled up? Yes, it appears quite a few of our Drahara units have. Oh, we actually get some Storm Archers now as well. We have 2 Storm Archers, which is rather nice. I would really like to see those in combat, but our Elvery Archers are doing an excellent job so far, so we do not really need to worry. And I suppose now we will stay at Cesk Castle, and hopefully make sure that it does not get retaken by any potential vassals in the area. We do see that that fellow did run off over here. Is he actually raiding this at the moment? That would be a little strange. Well, if I was him, I'd probably just run off to Yaruma Castle and stay in the garrison there, I suppose. And Agathor Krex was defeated in battle? Wow, that is pretty impressive. Whoever defeated him appears to have some very strong units. Aha! Here we are. Okay, so this is the first besiegement, potentially, by General Tokugawa of the Zann dynasty. Now, I do need to make sure where actually that is. Aha! There it is. Okay, so Amana. Amana, they have started to besiege, and it is the Hakon Empire. It appears that, as you can see here, the Zann dynasty has quite a few vassals, and is ruled by Emperor Zann, the Mandate of Heaven. Now, as we can see here, we do have a couple of truces, and they are currently at war with Machiavellians and the Hakon. So, yes, thankfully enough, the Valahir clan is in a truce, and whoa, the Zann dynasty has no outstanding issues with the Redwood Nation, so I suppose if you do align yourself with the Redwood Nation, maybe the Zann dynasty will leave you alone. But maybe I am a little bit dubious about 14 days, 2 weeks, and maybe the Zann dynasty will see fit to declare war on us at that point. Hopefully that will not be the case, because I've heard that the Zann archers, according to many of you in the comments, are deadly, very deadly indeed. Maybe even more so than the Elvery archers themselves, so I would be very interested to see them in combat, of course, hopefully not against us, so yes, let's just see how that goes. They are currently at war with the Hakon, so we should be alright for now. Oh, and it actually appears that Cesk Castle has 9 units already garrisoned there, so maybe the prisoners that we... oh my, that is not good. Oh, that is actually good. Cool, okay, phew. I thought that, once again, a painful disease or plague had stricken our village in Valahir lands, and it was going to cause some relation decreases, but it appears that a painful disease had broken out. However, a surgeon was sent and managed to find a cure for the plague. The people of Engar are grateful for how this evil was handled, and their trust in you has improved, which is always nice to see, that is for sure. So, yes, it appears that some of the prisoners from the previous siege have actually been garrisoned into the castle itself, so that is a wonderful feature. I do appreciate that. And now let us just hope that Cesk Castle is going to be awarded to someone so that we can now move on. Of course, I will probably be cutting away now, and so when it is awarded, I will see you then. Okay, so I noticed a Baron from the Reich faction outside Cesk Castle attacking some ragged escapees, and I decided, well, seeing as I do not believe we are ever going to have positive relation with the Reich yet again, we are probably going to rush to the aid of the ragged escapees. Oh yes, so here we are against 37 from Baron Ottfried's party, and we are going to be taking him on for the justice of these escapees, because of course they have probably escaped from some sort of prisoner of war camp, or maybe some sort of slave trade. So hopefully we'll be able to fight for the good in this case, because usually we are the ones dealing the damage to anyone that comes across our path, but this time around I would like to potentially fight on the side of good. That would be wonderful. Okay, well, nevertheless, it appears that many of our archers are going to have quite a few issues here. Maybe. Well, oh my, yes, we do get to see the elephants in combat. This is wonderful. Okay, hopefully these elephants will have a reasonable time of it and not get taken out. Okay, it appears that our freelancer knights do have lancers as well, so do bear that in mind. They are going to be absolutely devastating to our enemy's lines, as you can see there. Freelancer knight took out one immediately, and I was, well, I say I, but I mean my horse was able to do a pretty reasonable amount of damage, and then I took out something, which is not bad. I am not used to actually taking out things with this mace. I really should try a different mace. I believe one of you told me that Marcus actually comes with an excellent weapon for the likes of me, so maybe it is a very easy to use weapon, and I will be able to show it to you in just a moment. But yes, we will attempt to find that after this. Unfortunately, it does not appear that our elephants were able to get into the fray that much. However, I'm pretty sure they did their own bit of damage to our opponents here, so that is not bad at all. And it appears that our Stormcloak compatriot was able to get a kill, so that is great. He can get to his next level as quickly as possible, of course. And we have increased our relation with outlaws by 4. So we have -1 with them now, which is not too bad. And we can take a couple of enemies prisoner. Do we want to do this? I suppose so. We do have access to a ransom broker, I guess. And we'll take a couple of pieces of loot as well. It appears I only have bread. I do have some fine bread, though. Well-made bread. I think I probably need to get more varieties of food. But usually, marketplaces, they do not have too much. So, a little unfortunate, I have to admit. But, nevertheless, I will now be heading to Freising, and we will do the selling of sorts. And should I help these fellows? No, I do not believe they need any assistance. So, before we do anything else, I am going to be heading into the tavern. We will see... okay. There are no companions here. I was hoping for some companions, but nevertheless, we will now be speaking to Marcus, because he apparently has a mace that is going to be excellent for us. As you can see here, it is an arming winged mace, which has a reach of 85, which is actually exactly the same as what we have, but it is a faster mace as well. It actually does more damage, but it does blunt damage instead. Okay, we'll try it out. Why not? We can actually take prisoners with this as well, which is, I think, primarily the reason why you told me about it, so thank you very much for that. And hopefully Marcus will be able to use our heavy Tauranian Morningstar a little bit better than I was able to, so we will soon see how that goes in our next engagement. Now, I suppose the only thing we can do next is make sure that we are ready for any potential invaders to occur, because you never know about the Zann dynasty. They may decide to switch their attentions. Oh my, I am dreading that day, perhaps. Oh my. That's going to be rather amusing, to say the least. Okay, well, here we are. Perisno maiden recruits, why not? Let's take some of those. Okay, so let us take a look at the map now. How are they doing at Amana? It appears they are still sieging it. Yes, they are. It is General Attila's party, and he is against the garrison at Amana, so I'm pretty sure that will be the color of night very soon indeed, so let's keep our eye on that. And I think we're probably going to be ending this episode off here. So next time on Perisno, we're hopefully going to be able to head over to Nelag Castle, Yuruma Castle, or Dramug Castle, and maybe take out the Reich once and for all, and then we can focus our attentions on other factions. I think we are still at war with the Tauranians? Yes, it appears we are, and the Tauranians are actually at war with 4 different factions, so I suppose that is why they really wanted to make peace with the Zann dynasty. So, yes, that is definitely something that we need to watch out for in the future. So, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.